Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this double Z fold card. One of the zigs goes one way and the other piece zags the opposite way, so you get this lovely sort of three-dimensional look to it. It's using the Friends of the Ocean Designer Series paper and one of the word sets which are available in the January to April mini catalogue. So without further delay, let me get started and show you the ingredients that we need. So these are they. So it's a piece of regular cardstock, lemon lime twist, and it's 11 by 4¼ and it's scored at 5½. So it's the usual, fits inside an envelope size, but then it folds back on itself. So that makes the first ZZ fold, which we're quite confident with that. And then the strip is 1¼ inches by 11, and again it's scored at 5½. Oops, let me just make sure I've got it even because it matters. And then this one also folds back on itself at 2¾ only they go the opposite way round of each other. I cut with the nested essentials. I cut the biggest one and then I cut the next size down from basic white. And then the designer series paper, there are two pieces which are 2½ by 4, and there's one piece which is 2 5/8 by 4, and basic white which is 2 5/8 by 4, because that's for the inside where you can sign who the card is from. So they're all the ingredients. As always, of course, they will all be on my blog, so you can pop on over there. The decorations, some of them I cut from the designer series paper. Now they have a lot that you can fussy cut out of. There is dies and stamps, but I try to make it that if you can only afford one thing, that you could at least get the paper and do a lot with it. So you can see where I sort of cut groups of these little guys from. So let's start building. Small confession, I stuck this one on and then thought, wait, what am I doing? This is the one I'm going to do the video with. So it's already got a bit of sticky on the back, which normally it doesn't have, but waste not, want not. So let me bring in my regular adhesive. Let me get one that's actually got some sticky on it. So we will put the adhesive on the back and layer that down into the corner, and then the basic white butts up against it and does the same thing. So it just sort of fills the back area, and then when it folds over you only really see the designer series paper. These two pieces I will go ahead and pop on. It's just such a lovely pack of papers, and these colors are just sort of my colors. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that paper. So, and it's refreshingly lovely and bright and non-Christmassy or holidays. It's lovely to do a colour that's nothing to do with the time we've just gone through. But it was lovely, but sometimes like, oh my gosh, I'm just desperate to use different colours. So adding the pieces to the little strip. So this one, like I say, folds this way, and this one wants to fold the opposite way. So when you grab it, it will pull the opposite way out. But what I wanted to do first of all was stick the larger nested die in the right place to make sure that it's in the middle. So I'm going to pop it. So I've lined this up between the two edges of the front of the card, and then I'm going to line this up so the points are on this fold line, and then I can see more or less where we need to put the adhesive. Now I know with a ZZ fold card we usually flip it over, but I don't want to do this in this instance because I only want it on the thin strip in the middle. So what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing where it goes to on the strip, So I don't want to put any further than that or any further than that. And I think anywhere else in the middle will be fair game. So if we pop this back into place, just hold it where it needs to be. And then we can put the points of the die level with this curve. We've got equal on the sides, and then this is now in place, and on the other side of it there's nothing sticky, or you could run the risk of sticking this down to the front of your card, and then of course it wouldn't open. So that was, I just wanted to do that while it was still free and loose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this now over to the right hand side. So I'm just going to put glue. This whole piece, the very right hand piece, gets completely stuck down. So I'm going to put some little strips of adhesive, but I'm actually also going to add a little bit of tear and tape just at the edge, because when it's getting pulled you don't want it to pull off. So I thought if I just put one little slither of tear and tape at the edge. Too long, Alyson, too long. So if I put a little piece on that very edge, and then I can be sure that there is room for the die. You see how it's folded? So I'm just going to make sure that this die goes to the edge of the designer series paper and the edge of the card, and press it into place. So now that is completely stuck down, because that doesn't go anywhere. It's the middle piece that zigs and zags. So if we pull this over, we now know we can put adhesive all the way along this strip. And again, I'm going to just pop a little bit of tear and tape on the furthest edge, and the piece that will stick down is on this section. And because we lined up the points of the die, we know we don't only want to put glue on the back of here up to where those points are. So we've got glue, and we can see we've got glue on the only on the strip and only as far as the points, because we know that will fit on the other side. So I will peel the backing tape off the tear and tape, and then when we fold this down, it should reach all the way to the edge and only be stuck in that section. So there's no sticky in there, and there's no sticky beyond this strip on the die cut. So now we've got all these pieces, and then we just need to do some stamping. Make sure I've got the right side up. So I'm going to use the New With You in mind, and we're going to do the happy birthday. So I've already put it onto the block, and I'm going to use Melon Mambo because it's one of the colours that is in the designer series paper. So give that a good press because it's a big stamp. Whoops. There we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And now we can just go ahead and stick that to its base. And then the pieces that we die cut out, I'm just going to pop some adhesive in the middle of the strips. You can see that they actually, you know, obviously go a little bit further out, but we want to put them within the fold lines because otherwise somebody's going to get their face bent over. So we'll make sure that you don't exceed the 2 fold lines. And these guys can go all the way up to the edge. And now when we close it, everything will fit. There is, because of the length of the squids, you can actually see a little bit of the back, but it's kind of busy pattern. and the designer series paper in itself is quite busy. And I think the first instinct of anyone getting a card is that they open it to see what's inside. And of course here is where you can sign who it's from. And then I'm just going to use some of the lovely Sunny Day iridescent dots and pop some onto the front. So we'll put one big one over there. Whoops, oh my gosh, it's alive. So put one there and one lovely orange pumpkin pie one down there, and there you have it, two the same. I think it's just lovely and refreshingly different. Like I say, I love the holidays. I celebrate Christmas, so reds and greens are my thing, but I love the blues and the whites of the winter themes. But sometimes it's just nice to get something ba-ding, bright and springy and jolly, and this is my colour palette. So there you have it, two the same. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you in advance for those. If you've got any questions or comments, pop those in the box below. As always, of course, the directions and dimensions and any pertinent templates, or not in this case, but if there is, they will always be on my blog. And last but not least, thanks so much for watching.